When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
All right, so go ahead with your issue.
I got a question. It's a little bit complicated. I live in an apartment complex, and there is designated parking for visitors. And anybody who doesn't have a sticker on their car from the apartment complex that parks anywhere other than the designated visitor parking area ends up getting their vehicle towed. Well, the other night I had a friend visit, and she didn't park in the designated area, and her car ended up getting towed. $275 to get it out.
Ooh.
I felt obligated to pay that because I didn't tell her that there were designated areas for her to park. So I had to dish out $275. But here's the thing. I noticed this morning that there's a sign that clearly states, as soon as you pull into my apartment complex, it clearly states visitors will be towed that don't park in the designated area. So now I'm wondering, should I ask for that money back? And is it my fault she didn't see the sign? I haven't asked her for the money back yet. But that sign, even though I saw it for the first time this morning, that sign is right there, clear as day. So, again, my question is, should I ask her for that money back? Love your show.
All right.
Wow. Well, he's just admitting he lives there and just now saw the sign. So for him to expect her to see it while she's over at his place and he didn't give her a heads up.
I think he didn't know.
Well, then. And so she didn't know, but he's saying, well, she should have seen the sign.
So I think maybe there's a compromise here then, where it's all right,
split it?
Well, hey, I think, $275, you give me, I don't know, half of that. And I think we call it even because, I don't know.
He says it's a friend. Is he dating her or are they just buddies?
I don't know.
Because Brooke is all she needs to run. But we don't even know if they're dating or if this is just a buddy. I don't know.
Yeah, is that the stupid tax that you paid? And look, I don't know. I don't know what I know everybody has a different financial situation. So maybe that's putting him really in a tight spot for, the month or whatever.
And does she know that? Did he mention that she knows that he had to pay a fine?
Yeah. Well,
because maybe if she knew,
she knows her car got towed.
Yes. Well, okay.
Yeah. And to get your car back, typically you got to pay a fine, right?
Okay.
All right. So, I don't know. If you want to chime in, 502-571-9970. Is it stupid tax or does he deserve at least some of that money back? Maybe this is even Ben and Kelly court.
Well, it could be. Chris said splitting the cost would be the right thing to do at the beginning, but now you've paid the full amount. It would look bad for you to ask for some of the money back.
All right. 502-570. You ever try to buy insurance after you get in an accident? They don't cover the accident that you just got in.
That's not retroactive.
Yeah. And sometimes you gotta pay the stupid tax to learn a little bit.
You do.
And I think that's where I'm leaning with this.
That's where we're living.
If not having a conversation to maybe split some of the money, but definitely not asking his friend to pay it all back. We got a voicemail from a listener who had a lady friend spend the night. Her car got towed, and he paid $270 to have it back. And now he's like, hey, should I ask her for some of that money?
Well, he's trying to say there was clearly a sign marked, but he didn't know it existed until just now, too. So I feel like that kind of negates his whole argument that he's hinging on that she should have known by the sign.
Yeah. All right. Several text messages. Look, Amy's like, hey, how much does your friendship mean to you? You've already paid it, which shows what kind of person you are. You can make more money, but not worth possibly ruining a friendship. So
That's true.
Be the
And we
better
don't
person
know
and move
how
on.
close they are. Like, are we dating? Is this just buddies?
Yeah. No
Katie
clue.
said, unless at the time he said, I'll loan you this to get your car back, then no.
Yeah, I think, this is one of those cases where it's like, if you didn't say, hey, I'll float you the money for now,
Or
you
I'll
didn't,
split this with you.
or you didn't establish it up front and you just did it, then that's kind of on you.
That's on you.
Hey, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I would ask for at least half back. I mean, because you don't even know. You don't know if he was in a tight spot, for one. And then even if you're dating or not, I mean, me and my fiance have been together for 8 years, and yeah, he would even ask me for half back on anything. It doesn't
Do you
respect, yeah.
Do you think that wasn't discussed beforehand and that he just covered it? It creates kind of a sticky
And now he's
situation
having
here.
regrets. Yeah.
Let's be honest. It could have also been just a hookup, and who's really having that discussion? You know what I mean?
True.
So, I mean, it could have just been a one-off and random, and oh, crap.
Okay. Brooklyn, thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
thank
it, Brooklyn.
you.
See you, buddy.
Love y'all.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, I think it's on the guy who lives there. He needs to know the rules of where he lives if he's not familiar, and then make sure that she knows when she first comes up, hey, you might not want to park there. Make sure you park in the designated spot, or they will tell you.
Yeah, he kind of
That's
even admitted that he didn't even know the sign was there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't think that I think he eats this.
So
Yeah, I think he eats it. I'm with Kelly.
yeah, so Dave's paying the stupid tax here. All right, no, sorry, Dave, you're thinking he pays the stupid tax here.
Yes, exactly.
He pays the stupid tax. Even in my neighborhood, I know you only park on one side of the street, not both.
All right, thank you, Dave.
Yeah, I feel like, again, his whole argument was like, well, she should have seen the sign. But then he was like, he never saw the sign.
I know he never saw the sign.
Right.
All
and
right.
if you're inviting someone to come over and you've got rules like that, you need to give them a heads up. You can't expect them to figure that part out.
So again, I think this is all payment of the stupid tax.
Yeah.
I think
No better for next time.
Lessons learned. Next time, make sure you inform a guest that you can't park here.
And if you're going to offer money, if you want to be paid back, then you need to establish that up front.
Yeah.
Like, I'll split this with you because
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you,
Yeah.
or whatever, or I'll float you the money until you can pay me back. I mean,
Right.
you need to establish that from the get-go. You can't just pay the money and then go back and say, hey, can you pay me back?
Yeah, right. All right, so there you go. Good luck with that. That is group therapy on 99.7 DJX.